What's up, guys? Welcome to another patch note video, which is usually on a Monday, but is Easter bank holiday, so we've got it on Tuesday today. But there is a pretty decent update today for you guys to check out, and a few different things of content to test around as well. So let's get started, and that's pretty much all there is to say about it. But like I say, normally these videos are for people who just want to listen to the patch notes rather than reading them. Maybe you're going to work and you just want to listen to it in the car, or maybe you just want my opinion on stuff as well. But anyway, let's take a look and see what's going on this week. So it says unwelcome guest Slayer content this week in RuneScape. So it says it's time to defend Fort Forinthry against our new Slayer creatures with a little help from your new Slayer master. With the recent murder on the border solved, it's time to finally put your feet up at Fort Forinthry. Rest, relax, perhaps work on your fancy new cooking skills. But wait, what's that sound beyond the walls? Ah, it's an undead invasion, zombies, skeletons, assorted ghouls and horrors. Okay, so I've actually not done the quest line yet. I'll probably get it done today, but we'll see what happens. If you have done the quest line, you can start this one today, but you'll have to do the other ones first, I would assume, if not. Anyway. They seem to be staggering in from the depths of the wilderness, so it's probably time to track down their lair and cut the problem off at the source. Fortunately, the raptor has already shown up ready to help you rip and tear through the undead and might even teach you a thing or two about slaying in the process. Groovy. Plus, you can beef up your force defenses with new guards and kick-ass guardhouse, setting the stage players of all Slayer levels to have to go tackling the problem. More on that in the Slayer section below this one. You'll need to finish the previous quest, Murder on the Border, and have 10 Slayer and 50 construction, and then meet with Overseer Civ in your fort to get started. Okay, so there's not actually a quest today, but you have to have the other quest done first before you can get onto this as well as meaning. But yeah, so I mean, this is kind of cool, to be fair. This is a pretty good part of the fort. This maybe is like the most interesting part of the fort so far, in my opinion anyway. So Slayer and combat updates. With all these undead roaming around the place, you're going to need a Slayer expert master, you might say. Thankfully, the raptor is here to smash skulls and chew lobster, and he's all out of lobster. Okay, now you've got a new master. Let's go. Let's get to know the enemy. Reports show 4 new Slayer creatures popping up from the wilderness in varying numbers. Bound skeletons, risen ghosts, fetid zombies, and armored phantoms, some of which pose a challenge for even the most hardened Slayers. Here's the requirements. So, we've got the fetid zombies, which are just 1 Slayer. The bound skeleton, which are also 1 Slayer, but requires 50 Slayer to get the Slayer task. Does that make any sense? Does this mean you can kill them off task, I suppose? Okay, you can kill them off task, I'm going to assume, is why you would have that. Risen Ghost, 85 Slayer, and Armored Phantom, 113 Slayer. Please note that until May 10th, the location of Phantom's Ghosts will be instanced to alleviate the initial rush of players fighting in the same area. This is very clever and good and very smart. After May 10th, it's not. I don't know why you wouldn't just leave it instanced. I suppose they want it to feel like the world's busy. Maybe just having an instance option. I don't know, but it's like if this place is worth farming for each place, some of them will be very busy, like the corrupted scorpions, where you've got to constantly fight against bots. So unless that's actually dealt with, this could be a bit awkward. But we'll have to see. But it's great that they've done the instancing to begin with, because yes, this is going to be flooded today. Absolutely. To help combat these monsters, you'll want to build the latest addition to the fort, the guardhouse, and begin fortifying your fort with more fortifications. Like your other buildings, the guardhouse will be upgradable, and it will offer various benefits around the Slayer skill. So at tier 1, you're going to get plus 1% damage on Slayer task, doubled on undead tasks, 2% increased elite mob chance, spawn chance. Okay, that's pretty cool. 5% increased something capture rate. 4% increased elite and mob spawn chance, and then you're also going to get on tier 3 ultimate abilities have a 3% chance to execute non-boss Slayer targets. Does not apply to damage boosting ultimate bleeds. Alright, okay, so this means it doesn't apply to like Death, Swiftness and Sunshine. It makes sense. 10% increased damage versus Slayer targets below 25% SP, and this is going to be a massive change to Slayer today. Huge change in the way Slayer works once you get this tier 3 upgrade. This is great. It's cool. Does not stack with similar bonuses from prior tiers. You'll also receive challenges from the Raptor that will. Oh, that's for this. You go from 2% to 4%. It's not like a stack. It's just a 4% flat thing. You'll also receive challenges from the Raptor that will result in more bonuses, trophies in the guardhouse, and the ability to collect bone fragments while on Slayer tasks for your new master. Completing these challenges at a progress Slayer level 30, 50, or 90 will give you a 5% to 15% bonus to the Slayer points earned from Raptor tasks, and these bonuses do stack with the Slayer helmet bonuses. Okay, bone fragments drop from monsters while on the Raptor Slayer task and can be exchanged for extra Slayer XP, or you can put them in the bank. Alright. With this update, we've also made a few changes to the Undead Slayer categories and some combat abilities to help rebalance some of the early combat pitfalls and shuffle some of Magic's current power into other abilities. Concentrate, Blast, and Sonic Wave now share a cooldown, and the abilities Rack, Piercing Shot, Slice, and Punish have been improved to better work as filler abilities for each combat style. Now, I am convinced that Jagex just like to piss off their player base. Now, I'm not saying because of this is bad, this is good, right? And this solves all the worries that people had of people saying, "Oh, but Sonic Wave is now going to be a nerf to Magic again because now you can't use Sonic Wave when you Fortic." They did say on stream that we are looking at changing these abilities at some point. They never said it was going to be for this update. If they just clarify. Like, the communication at Jagex is absolutely ridiculously bad sometimes, but they announced Greater Concentrated Blast and the fact that there's going to be share a cooldown, but they didn't say we're going to release this on the same day. If they just said, guys, the changes to Rack and Piercing Shot and stuff to make them worthwhile using, that's coming on the same day. We'll make sure that's released on the same time so this doesn't... Just say this. Why is this so hard? Like, just clarify this. And there was stuff all over Reddit. There was stuff all over YouTube. And not once did someone say, no. Rack is also getting that update on that day. So you won't notice a difference. This is fine. Don't worry about it. But it's here. So just say it. Why not just say it? I don't get it. I don't get it. We also have we have also updated Undead Slayer categories across the game to include more creatures such as Edemu in other relevant categories, and remove some restrictions that prevent the Salve Amulet from being used in the Barrow's Rise of the Six. Finally, new monsters Finally, new monsters equal new loot. Both the Ghost and Phantom monsters will be able to drop a greater Sonic Wave ability codex, and you don't need to be on task for this drop. Okay, that's kind of good because the price of this will just drop down pretty quick. I don't think it's going to be anything like Concentrated Blast. At first, it'll be expensive, but it'll drop down pretty quick. So it's a basic ability, 5-second cooldown, 40, we've seen all the stats on this, but if you want to pause the video and check, that's fine. This will add more kick to your magic rotation and slot in nicely with the changes to Rack. Yes, it will slot in nicely with the changes to Rack. Thank you for telling us today and not last week, when everybody was mad for a week and you probably lost some players out of anger. Crazy. Absolutely crazy decision not to announce that this is coming with Sonic Wave and not, like... I don't know. But yeah, Treasure Hunter, patch notes, unwelcome guests. Okay, so updated this is the actual patch notes, by the way. So unwelcome guests in short. Updated Slayer categories game wide. Monsters will more consistently appear in different undead categories for the purpose of Slayer. Some of the most notable skeletal creatures, such as skeletal wyverns, are now treated as undead and will work for skeleton and undead tasks. Creatures such as Banshees will work for Ghost and Undead Slayer tasks. Edemu will work for Ghost, Zombies, and Undead Slayer tasks. And an old restriction preventing the use of the Salve Amulet Barrows has been removed. Okay, so Salve Amulet is now meta at Barrows and Rots, which is pretty interesting. That's going to be really strong there, is it not? It rots, I would assume. Anyway, add an undead cluster task to that person, land person, land IKEA, whatever. Updated the colors of recent ability codices to differentiate them from each other. Okay, as in like Great Concentrated Blast and Great Sonic Wave. They're going to have slightly different ability colors or not. We'll have to see. Updated Rack, Piercing Shot, Slice, and Punish. Okay, so Rack. 40% to 140% ability damage. If target is bound or stunned, damage is increased by 30%. Piercing Shot hits twice. Each hit deals 35 to 55% ability damage. If the target is bound or stunned, damage is increased by 30%. This is a buff to poison, by the way, as well, because 2 hits has a chance to trigger the poison again. So this is pretty cool. And also, Slice, 75% to 150% ability damage. Its target is bound to stun damage is increased by 40%. Okay. Punish, 50% to 100% ability damage. Its target is below 50% health. Damage is increased by 150%. Now it has 24-second cooldown. I like that they did this if its target is below 50% health. This makes it... It's got a big cooldown. I was going to say this makes it a really good ability for any boss. It's below 50% health, but it's got a 24-second cooldown. So, fair enough. So, these are fine. But, like, man, just announce it sooner. I don't get it. Why leave people angry? You knew people were angry if you read anything on social media. Just say it. I don't know how many times we can just say communication is key with your players. Concentrated Blast and Sonic Wave now share a cooldown. Our reasoning Magic current had a lot of power at baseline, but it was reliant on dual wield spamming Great Concentrated Blast. As a result, stays with falling way behind dual wield. This change allows us to give some extra power to staff users with upgrades such as Sonic Wave without worrying about pushing the overall power of Magic even higher. Cool. To make this change, Rakarith's new updated stats should now fit into rotations where Sonic Wave previously sat with minimal changes to damage output. Bone fragments have been added to the general Slayer thing, and Great Sonic Wave ability has been added to the collection log. Okay, so this is fine. I actually don't remember what Sonic Wave did exactly. Does this just instantly replace it, or is it still a little bit less, possibly? I don't know. I think it may be still a bit less, but at the end of the day, there's a replacement for the ability, so that's good. General. Lost Easter basket maps can now be picked up while a clue scroller is active in your inventory. Okay. The Order of the Wilderness sword teleport options has been readjusted. Good. People were so mad about this. Players not eligible for receiving the pirate plunder will no longer receive the chat message about not having enough space in the backpack. Fixed players not being able to earn rewards if progress was made in previous run of the that's annoying. So if you'd done progress in the previous Easter thing, you could get nothing now. Okay. Nastroth's Constitution and Prayer major reset now requires attack, strength, range, magic defense, and summoning to be 10 or lower, rather than 5 or lower to accommodate players who would need to perform a minor reset to qualify for a major reset. Alright, so, the community stuff, the cool stuff. This is badass, to be fair. Holy crap. Okay. Got some more art stuff. Very cool. Is that a cake? Cake and biscuits. Damn. That's very cool. And there's some YouTube videos to check out. In fact, there's one of mine, there's my cruise, and there is Morbid Medic as well. Go and check these guys out, especially the lower sub creators, man. This is really good for them. Go and check them out because there's some really good hidden content in YouTube for RuneScape at the moment. Escape of screenshots. It's just cool. And there's a duck. Well, there we go. And then there's the Pink Skirts player events. Right, so that's pretty much it for today. We didn't cover the treasure hunt stuff. It doesn't matter. It's just treasure hunt. Don't worry about it, guys. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So get your Slayer stuff done. If you haven't done the quests like me, do that too. Build your fort up. I'm going to be doing that all day today. Probably. But it is what it is. The update to Magic, I don't know, man. It's good. Like, it's fine. It's not a problem. I just can't understand why they would hold this back and not confirm and say, no, guys, stop stressing. This is on the same day. What the frick? Right, anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.